So I got a dear friend that asked me to make this video, and I'm gonna oblige them. So just stick with me. I don't really know what's gonna come out, but it's just gonna kind of be raw and what's off the top of my head. So kind of, you all know my story. Like I was born from a real good family and grew up real good. After my grandma died, that's when it kind of took a turn for the worse. So I just kind of went off the edge, off the rails or whatever, and took the path of least resistance, right? So just kind of hung out and did whatever I wanted. Really had no places to check in, didn't have to really do anything. So I just started living kind of, or not kind of, like a super bad life. You know, the whole like drugs and alcohol type thing, just really doing whatever I wanted to, no consequences, and not really feeling my soul or anybody else's soul. Pretty much dipping in other people's buckets and you know, taking from them, and spiritually, emotionally, financially. So that kind of grew and grew and grew. Throughout that, I always had, you know, a job or a good place or whatever, and that's kind of how I rated things, right? Like if I always worked or if I always had a good job, then it would be fine, or I'm still producing so I can do whatever I want. Well, really, that's not the case. I thought that maybe I was the only person that was hurting myself, but no, I was hurting all kinds of people. I thought that maybe just because I was just doing whatever I wanted and it was only happening to me, that nobody else was getting affected, which was not the case. So I'm just here today to share my story a little bit. So I was in a place that I was not wanting to be at the time. It was a facility that I was told I had to be at, and I had a conversation with my dad. Before I got there, I called my dad, and he's like 80 years old, right? He just passed a little while back, and this was before he passed, and I remember it was like, I don't know, last year or something like that, and I called him. I said, hey, I'm in this spot, I need some help, blah, blah, blah. And he said, you must be joking, right? He was like, I'm like 80 years old and you're asking your dad for help? And then I just knew it that second that I'd been in lows before, but that was like a super new low. Like, you just asked your 80-year-old dad to get you out of fucking trouble? Are you kidding me? So it just like lit a fire in my ass, right? It took me like 3 days to kind of process what I had just done. And man, I just went out and I grinded like 3 jobs, right? All summer long, got through, paid for all my own stuff or whatever. But in that instant, it became real that really I'm the only one that I can depend on at any circumstance, right? So you can have help from other people. People can give you emotional support and stuff like that. But until you twist your brain, until you make that final connection that is literally you, life or death, and shit doesn't really get serious until it gets serious, right? When things are like you needed to get done now, you'll get it done. But like kind of holding off like, oh, I'll get to it tomorrow, or it's really not that important, or it can wait, right? You don't really do it, or you might not get to it at all. But this was the fact that changed my life. It changed my freaking life, right? I had a freaking job to do. I either had to swim or I was gonna sink to the very bottom. I've been to the bottom before, and I ain't got no more failures. That's it for me. There ain't no more. Right? So I had to make a decision right then that I'm going to change my life. And guess what? That's why I'm here right now. I'm here to help you. And you might be in the same situation I was back then, but guess what? I ain't giving up. I ain't giving up on you. I ain't going to let you give up. You ain't going to give up either, because the time is now. The time is now. There is no more other chances, right? You've wasted them all, and you're still here. For some reason, you're still here. That's my game too. All the people that have passed in my life, all the friends that I've been, you know, hanging out with, and for whatever reason, I'm still here. It's my service to do this for them, to pass on whatever they didn't get to do, right? Beautiful people just wasted, just gone for no reason, and I was right there doing it with them, right? So in that moment, I decided to change my life. You know how I'm going to change my life? I got a plan. I got an action. I took a little bit of pain and crying and tears and stuff, but after I got that, I just built on that, and I built on it, right? And I'm not a big, huge, like, entrepreneur or anything like that, right? But people have always told me my whole life, even when I was a shitty person, man, you really, like, gravitate towards people, or you really, like, you can help people, like, people like talking to you, whatever. And after my dad passed, I handled it pretty well, right? I had to process a lot of things, and people were asking me, how did I do that? Well, it takes fucking work. Right? You have to literally decide that you are not going to fail anymore. You have to get up every day. Whether you have to lie to yourself or not, I really don't care what it is. You have to build on that. You have to compound that in your head and let you know that nobody will take that from you ever again. The time is not tomorrow. It's not later on. It's right freaking now. Listen, there's a whole bunch of excuses. There's people that got like 4 kids. Moms out there, single parents, getting nursing degrees, all kinds of stuff, right? And you're little, oh, I don't want to do it. I can't. Yeah, that ain't going to work no more. That don't fly. So I'm just making a commitment to you guys. You want to know where I see myself going? I'm going to impact as many people as possible. I'm going to be out in the streets. I'm going to be out on the corner. I'm going to be out at conferences. And if I build a business or a brand around that, awesome. That just means I can help more people. These videos, these are not for me. These are just a little bit of my heart, a little bit of my soul, and I'm putting it out there in the world, being completely transparent because I know there's people hurting just like I was. You might still be hurting, and I ain't gonna let that happen no more. If I can give you just a little piece of what I want for you and what you want for yourself, and we can do that together. My idea is to build a big community, right? Not on Facebook, like a group of just spiritually loved people that have passion in their world, people that crave for more, yearn to give away what they've learned, to just help others. I have to have that, right? And there ain't nobody gonna stop me, right? I might look silly at times. I might be like, oh, I don't want to do it. It might be uncomfortable. But listen, putting yourself out there and being the service of others will help you grow. It helps you be accountable, right? So now you have all these people that you're helping along the way. You can't just unravel, and in helping them, you also get help. Your soul, you're filling your cup. I mean, like, you're gonna be up here flying. The places I was last year, 2 years ago, are not the places that I am anymore. I am not like flying so high in success that I am like not untouchable. No, I'm touchable. I stay grounded. I stay grounded to the bottom, right? I'm not against going back and cleaning the toilet if I have to, right? Will I probably ever have to do that again? Probably not. But I guarantee you, where you've been, I have been. Drugs, sex, rock and roll, addiction, all this other crazy crap, right? You don't have to do that no more. I just really want you to get in your very loneliest moment is when you can learn the most about yourself. You only have to do it for as long as until you're just done being done, right? So that could be tomorrow, that could be 2 weeks from now. Only you can decide. I can help motivate you. I can give you tips and hints and wisdom and all this other things, but until you decide to change your thinking, till you decide to just, this ain't gonna happen to me no more, you ain't gonna be a statistic, you're gonna show yourself you can do it, and then that's the time. Now let me give you one little hint too, one little tip that I do that helps me. In my good moments, I do a video just like this, and I record how I feel, like, man, I'm so pumped up today, I feel so good, like, right, like, oh, it was an amazing day. Real short, 30 seconds. It's a video to yourself to remember that moment, what it felt like to be so high, living life, just getting it, when everything just comes right in, piece by piece, and it all lines up, and you're feeling amazing, right? But check this out. I also make a video when shit sucks. When shit is real bad, I make a video of that too. And you know when I watch that video? I watch that video when I'm having one of those good days or one of those good weeks, because I do not want to feel what it feels like to have that day again. Stay consciously mindful in your mind, in your heart, in your knowing. You will conquer anything. It doesn't really matter what it is. Don't reach for so much success that you forget that you have to start somewhere. People, they get scared of their goals. Their goals are so big that they don't ever start anywhere. Don't make your goals unattainable. Yes, have some crazy dreams that when you reach them, you'll know that you have like just reached like the height, like awesome, like you've arrived, right? But then don't stop there. But also don't make it unattainable. Make your little goals that you achieve every day, whether that's like treating somebody with the heart of gold, whether that's helping somebody, going outside your box, doing something for somebody with no reach in return, or trying to receive something in return, right? Just doing it for you. But anyways, I just wanted to share a little bit about that. I know it sounded probably kind of rambling, but somebody just kind of wanted me to make a video of the kind of stuff that's been going on in my life and just how it can maybe help you guys. If any one of you like this, awesome. I encourage you to share it, post it. You have my permission, because in this is what it's all about. It's about showing other people that there's a chance, that we're not all here by ourselves just wandering through life. That's how this thing works. We stay connected. we intertwine each other's lives, right? We help make our roots be stronger. We live in our most epic way. That's what it's all about. I love you guys. So this really isn't about me or about my story. It's really about just being transparent and showing you that one real bad, shitty life that I made for myself, you can turn it around. Is it all rainbows and unicorns? No, but I have a lot more good days than bad days. So stay grinding, stay grinding, stay grinding. Do not lose the focus. Make the videos. Remind yourself what it's like to be good, and you don't want to go back to being bad. Peace. Love you.